So today we're going to start with section 7.3, solving power equations. Well, first, before we begin, we need to learn the procedure. And there's just a few steps. So little a, the first step we want to do is we want to solve for the portion with the exponent. So the idea is, after we do this, we add and subtract terms and add or multiply or divide as necessary, and we should end up with some stuff, let's say to some power, equals some stuff. Well, then our next step is going to be to get rid of this power. Well, the whole idea is we want to end up with an exponent of 1, so what do I need to multiply p by to get 1? Well, the answer to that is 1 over p. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to raise both sides of the equation by 1 over p. So when we do that, we end up with some stuff to the p power, and then we're going to raise it to the 1 over p equals some stuff to the 1 over p power. Alright, well, when we use the power to a power rule right here, we multiply the exponents, and that gives us the one that we need. So what we're left with after we simplify this, let me move that up, is simply some stuff equals something to the 1 over p. Now this may simplify here on the right, or it may not. You just have to, it depends on the situation and what numbers are given. And then we finish by solve for the variable. As you've pretty much done before. Alright, so these are our steps. Basically, get our equation into the form something to the p equals some stuff. Then raise both sides to the 1 over p power. And then solve for the variable. So let's try some examples. Alright, so let's see. So let's try this one. So big 2, some examples. Alright, first example, so let's just say solve. Let's try 3 times the cube root of x plus 1 equals 16. Alright, well, here's the exponent part, right? So I want to solve for this first. So also, we don't like roots. It's easier to deal with exponents. So remember, the cube root is an exponent of 1/3. So this is going to become 3 x to the 1/3 power plus 1 equals 16. So I want to solve for x to the 1/3. So I subtract 1 from each side. That gives me 3 x to the 1/3 equals 15. Then we divide each side by 3. So we get x to the 1/3 equals 5. Alright, well, this is what we wanted. So now I have something to a power equals some stuff. So now what we want to do is raise both sides by the power of 3. Does that make sense? So we get x to the 1/3 cubed equals 5 cubed. 1/3 times 3 is 1. We're using the power to a power rule, so we multiply the exponent, so we get x to the 1 equals, and then 5 cubed is 125. And that's our answer. There's nothing left to do here. Okay, so why don't you guys try working this one, little b. Let's see. 2 times b to the 4th minus 11 equals 81. Alright, you guys work this one on your own and press pause and do that now. And I will move on to a harder problem. So what if we get a little more complicated here? Let's look at little c. Let's try something like this. 3c minus 2 cubed minus 50 equals 100. Oop, a little too high. I'm new at this. All right, so here are the ideas we want to solve for this piece, right? All right, well, I need to do that by first adding 50 to each side. So this gives me 3c minus 2 cubed equals 150. Okay, now what do you think the next step is? Well, to undo this exponent, we need to raise each side by the same power. And that power needs to be whatever I need to multiply 3 by to get 1. Well, that's going to be 1/3. So we have 3c minus 2 cubed. Now I raise the left side to 1/3 equals 150, oops, to the 1/3 power. Well, here on the left, 3 1/3 multiply and give us 1, so we're just left with 3c minus 2. And on the right, we have the cube root of 1/3, or the cube root of 150, or 150 to the 1/3 power. All right, so it's 150 to the 1/3. Now then you want to ask yourself, does the 150 to the 1/3 simplify? So we need to know, does 150 have any perfect cube properties? So what are the perfect cubes? We have 1, which is trivial, then 2 cubed is 8, 3 cubed is 27, 4 cubed is 64, and 5 cubed is 125. Well, none of these are going to be nice factors here, so this isn't going to simplify. So we're going to leave that alone. So then we just need to finish solving for c. So to do that, we add 2 to each side. So this gives me 3c equals 2 plus 150 to the 1/3, and then we divide each side by 3. So we end up with c equals 2 plus 150 to the 1/3 divided by 3. And that's it. Okay, how about you guys try this one? You guys can work x plus 1 quantity squared plus 4 equals 29. Now you guys press pause and work this one on your own.